you're all feeling well. Just going to start with a little warm up. Want to roll our shoulders, just telling our muscles and tendons and ligaments that we're in joints that we're about to do a little exercise. Swing the arms back and forth, side to side. You can do some head twists, side to side. And up and down. Just begin to wake up our neck muscles, head and shoulders. Tilt ear to shoulder, side to side. Get a little stretch in the sides of our necks. Yeah, we could do some hip circles. Switch directions, just a little bit of stretching. You can bend over, get a little stretch in the lower back. Curl up slowly. One more of those. We can wake up our feet, ankles, and wrists. Rotate one foot and switch sides and switch directions on the hands. Shake that out. And just get into our Wuji posture. Firm connection with the ground. Begin to breathe more deeply. Begin to clear our minds. Breathe in good, positive chi, positive energy. And start to let go of any negative energy or negative stuck thoughts, stuck energy. We can start to wake up our spine, raise our hands, rotate. Breathing deeply, clearing the mind of any extraneous thoughts, trying to focus on the moment, be here, in the now. Raise your trailing heel and look over your shoulder, begin to get a little more rotation in the spine. Lower our hands to hip level. Envision this motion starting from the dantian, the lower abdomen, moving out to your hips and the rest of your body, your arms and your fingertips being rotated as a result of that core motion. Imagining calm waters. Breathing. We can lock our feet to the floor, to the ground. Go into flop. Just allowing, again, envisioning this motion emanating out from the core, from the dantian. Just allowing those arms to swing and hands to gently enliven the lower abdomen, the lower back. Getting a good twist in the spine, opening up those energy pathways. Breathing deeply. You can bring the leading arm up to the chest, leading hand up to the chest, and enliven the chest and lungs and heart centers. Bring that hand up to the neck and shoulders. Bring some energy to the neck muscles and tendons, shoulder, back down to the chest, down to the lower abdomen. Unwind, come back to center. Check in with the body. Okay, you can wake the dantian. Start doing some tapping. You can make this light force or more vigorous force, depending on how you feel. Breathing energy into the lower abdomen, to the dantian. Come around, enliven the lower back. Tap on the hips. Come around to the back of the knees. Back behind there. Come around to the front of the knees, 3 mile point. We can tap down the inside of the legs, around the feet, and up the outside of the legs 3 times. Back to the hips. Come and work on an elbow. Work on my right elbow. Inside and outside. Just noticing if there's any areas of tightness, any kinky areas. Come around to the other elbow. Breathing energy, envisioning positive chi coming to these joints and muscles and tendons and ligaments. Up and work on that shoulder. We can come down the side, back up the side, down the arm, and up the outside of the arm, and repeat that 3 times. Come across and work on the other shoulder. Breathing, focusing, come down the side, tap on this side 3 times. Come around and wrap on the chest. You take a deep breath in and hold it. And exhale. Take that out. Now we'll focus on our immune system. We'll wrap our wrists together. First one side and then the other. Envisioning good, healing, positive energy, enlivening our immune system. Switch sides. Shake that out. Tapping. We haven't done our tapping. Bring our fingertips up to the back of the neck. Enliven the muscles in the head, back of the neck. Come around to the ears, above and below the ears. Maybe massage the ears a little bit. Tap on the jawbone, come down the lower jaw, below the lips, corner of the mouth, upper lip, cheekbones, corners of the eyes, eyebrows, forehead, top of the head, shake that out. Let's spend a minute working on our wonderful hands. Let's massage the webs between. I'm going to work on my left hand, between the thumb and forefinger. Just massage the webs there. And move on between the pointer and the middle finger. You may find that some of these areas just feel great, nothing at all, and others might be painful or tight or a little bit of stiffness. Just spend some time where there's a little bit of stuck energy between the ring finger and the pinky. Work on the other hand between the thumb and the forefinger. Give a gentle massage, a good massage, sending good energy to our hands, which do so much for us. Just walk through each of the fingers. Shake those out. Now, we'll work on our spring wood element forms. And again, I give credit to Mimi Quo-Deemer. A lot of this is based on her work and her book and her videos you can find on YouTube. So we'll begin with just some lateral stretches. We're going to bring one arm up, it's pointing straight up above the head, the other arm pointing down, palms open. And we're just going to reach for the sky with the upper arm, and reach for the earth with the lower arm, getting a good stretch on this side of your back. And again, this is a movement that mimics the tree's roots reaching down into the earth to allow it to grow up into the sky. And we're going to switch arms and work on the other side. Again, reaching up to the sky with the upper arm, down to the earth like the roots of a strong tree with the lower arm, getting a good stretch on this side. Breathe and take a couple of breaths here. into a more continuous motion. We'll just go back to the original side, get a good stretch, then rotate back to the other side. We'll go through a few rotations here. Breathing into it. Having a good, solid connection with the earth, with your feet. Also envisioning that lower hand reaching down into the earth like roots. We'll do one more stretch on each side. And last one. Come back to center. Lower our arms. Shake that out. We move into a cycling, a pulsing horse stance movement. It'll be embrace the tree and the horse stance. So we're going to take a wider stance, and sink the weight a little bit, get some good energy in the legs. And we're going to take a breath in. And on the exhale, raise the arms up as if you're embracing a nice large tree. We're going to take a couple of breaths in this position. Hands about chest height, fingertips pointing toward each other, arms rounded. And again, this is very engaged in the legs. If you get tired, just stand up out of it. And then on an exhale, we're going to extend our arms out to the sides. We're going to hold this position for a couple of breaths. Try to find a space, a stance that uses the least amount of effort. We want to find a position where we feel like we're using the least amount of energy to hold these poses. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, we'll come back in to embrace the tree. One breath. And extend back out to the fully extended arms pointing out the horizon position for a breath out here. Come back in to embrace the tree. We'll just do a few pulses here. Okay, last one in the fully extended position. We'll finish up with the arms back and embrace the tree. We'll hold this for a couple of breaths. And on an exhale, lower the arms, stand up, walk the feet back in. And let's settle this chi with a little clearing. Just bring the arms up on an inhale. And exhale, the palms coming down, settling the chi throughout our body. Good. Shake that out. And we'll get into a wider stance. We'll do draw the bow or open the bow to let the arrow fly. So hands up. I like to make an L and draw the bow, gazing over the L at your target. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, standing out to the other side. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again, this exercise is very good for the liver, which is affiliated with the sense of sight, the eye. Do one more on each side. Come back, walk the feet in, shake that out. Now, good. Slightly wider than shoulder width stance with our feet. We'll do punching with an angry gaze to increase strength. So we can extend one arm, fist forward, the other arm held back on the chest. And then repeat on the other side. And I'm doing a little bit of sinking the weight with each extension of the fist. So try and coordinate this with your breathing. And again, you can see this is one that focuses on the eye and the sight. Breathing on each side. Come back to center. Move into our deer frolics. First, we'll do the male deer, and then we'll do the female deer. So, a regular stance, we're going to make hoofs with our hands. Deer hoofs. I'm going to extend one leg forward. I'm extending my left leg, and I'm bringing my hands up to my right, out to my right side. When they're horizontal, we're going to create deer antlers. Okay. We're going to swing those up and around. Keep the right arm up. The left arm comes down to the hip. We're going to move forward onto that forward leg, bending that forward leg, and corkscrew back and try to gaze at your back right ankle or back right heel. Then we're going to rotate back around, bring that antler up, slide the weight back, swing the antlers back to the side, change the antlers back into hoofs, and step back into position as we bring the hoofs back to the original position. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Swing the arms over, stepping the right leg forward, making antlers. Antlers swing up and over the head and around. Shift the weight forward. Keep the left antler up. Right antler goes, elbow goes to the right hip. And we corkscrew around to try to gaze back at our left heel. This is very engaged in the hip and the waist. Swing the arms back down, turn them back into hoofs, moving the weight back and stepping the leg back into the original position. Do this a couple more times. So leg forward, arms swing over, making antlers, swing up and around, keeping one arm up, the other arm elbow to the hip, weight moving forward, corkscrewing back to gaze at the heel. Antler back up, bringing the weight back, antlers swinging back down, making hoofs, stepping back into position. Right side, leg forward, hoofs, antlers, rotating, weight moving forward. Right arm, elbow to hip, gazing back in a corkscrew. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little more extension with each practice here. One more on each side. Moving the weight forward, corkscrewing around. Shifting the weight back, stepping the leg back. Last one. Good. Good. I can see some of you are still here and haven't left. That's excellent. So now we'll move into female deer. And we'll just start again with our hoofs pointing down, hoofs pointing down at our feet, just our arms loose in front of our legs. We're going to bring our arms up and create female deer antlers, little nubbins, just kind of fists, little nubbins. We'll bring those up beside our head, and we're going to extend. I'm going to extend my left leg with 80% of your weight or 90% of your weight on a bent back leg. So you bend the knee, the back leg. We're just going to rotate forward a little bit. I'm going to take my right hand, put it on my right hip, okay, and begin to lean the weight forward, bending the forward leg now. The knee is bent. Reaching down with that left hand, placing it on the foot, and then shifting the weight back to try and make this leg, this front leg straight again, getting a good stretch in the back of this leg. All the way down that whole leg. Hold that for a second. Good stretch. And the back leg is bent knee. The front leg is straight. And come forward a little bit, raising the antlers back up. And shift the weight back. And then shift the leg back. And bring the antlers down. And turn them back into hoofs. And we're going to repeat that on the right side. So hoofs come up, making antlers. Right leg goes forward. Kind of twist forward, putting my right antler on my right hip. Bending the forward leg and reaching down and trying to touch that foot and then shift the weight back. bending the back leg, trying to keep that right front leg straight, getting a good stretch in this leg. Take that for a breath. Then raise the antlers back up. Shift the weight back. Step back and lower the antlers. Do one more on each side. The antlers up, leg forward, come forward, reaching the antler down, and then straighten, shift the weight back, straightening that front leg, getting a good stretch. Then bringing the weight forward, antlers coming back up, shifting the weight back, moving the leg back. Last one. Forward. Let's see. Antlers back up. Shift the weight back, stepping back. Antlers down. And shake that out. Move into the wood element mudra, just more of a static position. Again, the vision is that of a tree, the roots reaching down and the tree reaching up into the sky. We're going to raise our hands up. I'm going to take my right hand and have it point to the sky and have it a couple inches in front of my heart center. My left hand is pointing down to the earth like the roots of a tree. That's a couple inches in front of my dantian, my lower abdomen. We're just going to hold this position for a few breaths. Just envision those trees, roots reaching down into the earth, connecting with earth energy, providing water and nutrients to allow growth, springtime growth, reaching back up to the sky. Breathing deeply, clearing the mind. And we're going to slowly raise bring the elbows out, bring the hands above one another, and we're going to switch positions with the other hand pointing down, the other hand pointing up. We're going to hold this position for a few breaths. And bringing the palms back out, just lowering the hands back down, smoothing out the chi. Shake that out. We'll finish the sequence of movements with the posing form of peaceful chi. I'm just going to take a nice, slow, deep in-breath, imagining all the clear energy, and purpose, and vision involved in the deer and the woods. Just bring those palms back down, smoothing out the chi throughout our body, from the crown of our head, down through our spine, through our bodies, and out through our feet back into the earth. Good. Let's move into cloud hands, slightly wider stance. I'm going to shift the weight over, bringing my left arm up. And just move those clouds from right to left. Switch hands. start to try to get into the zone. Just try to go at your own pace, find a pace that works for you, and then try to coordinate your breathing with the motion. Following the movement of your upper palm, the gaze of your eyes, shifting the weight back and forth, working on our balance a little bit of our strength of our legs, really trying to clear the mind, focusing on the breath. Breathing in good positive energy, exhaling any negative or stuck energy, clearing our systems, our mind, our body systems, allowing for the good, easy flow of positivity. Do one more on each side. Come back to center. And we'll move right into cloud walking, which is I'm going to shift my weight over to my right side, raising my left leg and my right hand as if I've got a cloud that I'm pushing up and down, then lowering the leg with purpose and lowering the hand, repeating that on the other side, raising my right leg and my left hand. And again, just try to get into a movement and a motion that suits you and a pace. Working on our balance, working on our coordination. This is a contralateral movement involving both the left side and the right sides simultaneously. Good exercise for the brain. Do one more on each side. Settle back in the center. Shake that out. Roll the ankles. We'll do one more contralateral movement. We'll do raising each arm to regulate the stomach and spleen. So again, you can envision that we're going to push a heavy weight down. We're going to raise one hand up, face the sky, the other hand facing down. Again, getting a stretch, a lot like that lateral stretches we did a few movements ago. This time, envisioning that we're raising some weight up and pushing some force down as we go from side to side, getting a little stretch in the side. Again, try to get into a movement where you can coordinate your breath, inhaling on the extension and exhaling on the transition. Do one more on each side. Come back to center. Shake that out. Okay. All right. Move on to rotate hips in a barrel. So hands on the hips. Just maybe slightly wider than hip width stance with the feet. Just again, envision you're standing in a nice big barrel of your formerly used for your favorite beverage, be that water or cider or wine or whiskey. And imagine that you're scraping the insides of that barrel with the outsides of your hips. Just getting a good extended stretch. The hips and the lower back, upper legs, knees. Try to keep the head and back upright. We're not bending over on this one. Just getting a good stretch of our central core. Working on our balance. Engaging all those muscles in the middle, the upper legs, glutes. You can switch directions. Try to relax the face, relax the neck. Breathe deeply. Envision that chi and energy going to the muscles of your hips and waist, lower abdomen, upper legs. Bringing good healing energy to those areas. Back to center. And moving into teacups. I'm going to place my left hand on my left hip. I'm going to raise my right palm. I'm going to swing the body to my left, lowering that saucer, swinging that through, shifting the weight back over to my right. Trying not to spill that saucer as I spiral it up above my shoulder and head. Back to the original position. And repeat. Shift. Spiral back and up and around and over. Back to the original position. And repeat. Just get into a gentle rhythm here. Getting a good stretch in all our side, arms, legs. Breathing deeply. Again, as always, if you've got the areas of pain or you don't want to work through the pain, if it's painful, try to make a modification. Make the movement smaller, or only work on one side if you've got a bad shoulder on your right side. Or just shift the hips back and forth if you're not working with your arm. Okay, we'll do one more rotation on this side. Come back to center. Shake that out. We'll work on the other side. So, hand on my hip, remind me that it's there. Shift over to the other side, rotating teacup back in, spiral back, up and around and over. Just one big continuous spiral motion. And a good stretch. Arms, wrists, shoulder, elbows, hips. Breathing deeply. Being thankful for our wonderful bodies, being thankful for nature all around us. Being thankful for our spouses and friends and family and neighbors. Try to remember to think about our gratitude. Think about our positive ways we can interact with those we meet. Do one more. Back to center. Shake that out. Okay, we'll do rotate to the 6 directions. So bring the hands up, stand forward, exhaling, inhaling, bringing the hands back in, exhaling off to the sides, inhaling, hands back in, and turning the wheel. Turning the wheel. So inhale up, exhale, extending forward, inhaling, hands coming back, exhaling, hands out to the sides, inhaling, hands back to the chest. And just turn that energy wheel. Hands up. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale out. Inhale. Turning the wheel. Breathing deeply. Last time for the full directional movements, and then we'll finish just a few repetitions of turning the wheel. So just do several cycles, just turning the wheel. Allowing that, envisioning that energy coming up through the spine and up out through the crown of our head and back down through the crown. Just a big cycle of energy renewal. Bringing in positive chi, exhaling any negativity. And come back to center. What are we doing for time here? Oh, got lots of time. Okay, let's, any suggestions? We have a few extra minutes here from my program. Anybody have a suggestion for a movement to do?
Bamboo.
First, whoops, sorry. Who said first?
Bamboo. Bamboo in the wind.
We'll finish with bamboo in the wind. We'll finish with simmering, but I think we have a couple of
Between
minutes.
heaven and earth. Maury says between heaven and earth.
Between heaven and earth. Now that one just comes up and stretches up and comes back down. We'll do that one. We'll do this one here. What we'll do is we'll
Or is it where you? Is it where the hands one comes down the center line and then the other one goes up and around?
We'll do that one before. We'll do that one as well. But let's just do this one here. We'll gather some energy from the earth, bring it up all the way up to the sky, stretch up, and then exhale, coming down. Just reach down and grab some earth energy, bring it up, big full extension up, and then bring the palms back down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Last one. Now we'll bring the feet a little closer together. Do some centering. One hand, palm facing up in front of the dantian. The other arm is just going to make a nice big arc up to above the crown of the head and bring that right down the center line, just smoothing the chi. We'll repeat that on the other side. Repeating side to side. Inhaling, the arms swinging up, exhaling down as we smooth and even the chi that we've been working on this morning throughout our bodies and systems. Bringing balance to our minds, to our bodies. Remembering to breathe deeply throughout our week. Practicing Qigong when you need it. We'll do one more motion on each side. Finish with bamboo in the wind, bringing their feet together, hands over the dantian, right hand over left, associated with yang energy, left hand over right, associated with yin energy. And just settle the mind and breathe deeply and allow your body to rock and sway whichever way it wants to. Enjoying nature all around you, connecting with the earth below, nature in the sky and the universe above. Breathing deeply, exhibiting kindness, generosity of spirit, bringing positive energy to those we encounter. Being thankful, expressing gratitude. As I am thankful for this day and for all of you. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's been great.
Thanks, Dave.